service of CNC Worldwide.
The Daily is a service of CNC News. It's brought to you by the Greece Chamber of Commerce, providing more than 800 area companies with business solutions since 1984. One of the two people shot on Pullman Avenue in Rochester on Wednesday has died. Police are continuing their search for the man who opened fire on them in broad daylight. Police confirmed that Walesy Alvarez, a 27-year-old Rochester woman, succumbed to her injuries Wednesday evening at Strong Memorial Hospital. The second victim, a 32-year-old man, remains in critical condition. Police were pressing the search for 26-year-old Marcus Freeman, the man they say witnesses identified as the shooter. Freeman is considered armed and dangerous. He should not be approached. Police are asking anyone who sees him to call 911. Freeman was a parolee who served prison time for a 2007 weapons charge. Police said he had a domestic relationship with the victims and that the shooting was not random. Police said Freeman allegedly fired on 4 people outside 274 Pullman Avenue. The Monroe County District Attorney's Office in the Watts Building downtown was locked down after the shooting. Armed deputies could be seen guarding the entrances. District Attorney Sandra Doorley confirmed the extra security was linked to the shootings, but would not give any additional information. It could be late November before we know if statements made by a young Greece woman will be admitted in court. Dawn Wen is accused of buying guns on behalf of William Spangler, the man who staged the Christmas Eve attack on the West Webster Fire Department. Wen was Spangler's former neighbor. Wen was in court yesterday as defense attorney John Parinello asked that the record of her conversation with a state police investigator be suppressed. Parinello argued his client was isolated and intimidated into giving the statement by the investigator. Another hearing will be held October 31st. The judge has up to 30 days beyond that date to decide. The Transportation Security Administration is expanding pre-security screening to Rochester and other upstate New York airports. This lets frequent flyers get through the security checks faster. The pre-check initiative has tested successfully in 4 of the nation's biggest airports. In return for giving the TSA some personal data, including email addresses and phone numbers, you get to pass through a special pre-screened security line. You also get to keep your shoes and your belt on, and you can keep your bottle of mouthwash and other liquids. Sign up is $85. You renew it every 5 years. Eastman Kodak is out of bankruptcy and getting itself up and running as a purveyor of commercial printing gear and solutions. But you will still find Kodak film on shelves and those yellow Kodak photo kiosks at stores. Now, how is this possible when we've been telling you Kodak no longer deals in consumer products? Well, say hello to Kodak Alaris. Remember that Kodak sold its personal imaging and consumer photo printing businesses to its UK pension plan to help get itself out of Chapter 11. Well, Kodak Alaris is the result. A new company with a version of the familiar red Kodak logo and a plan to make a go of the businesses that Eastman Kodak let go. The Kodak Alaris business includes film and photo paper for those who still like to use them. They're running the Kodak photo kiosks and digital souvenir photography services at theme parks and resorts. In announcing its launch this week, the new KA company says it's smaller, more innovative, and faster to respond to the market than the old EK company, and it says those are going to make it a success. U.S. Senator Charles Schumer says he's had phone conversation with the CEO of Iberdrola USA, the parent company of RG&E, and pushed for a compromise solution to preserve the Krenzer family farm in Chilai. Rochester Gas and Electric is modernizing its electric grid in the southwestern part of Monroe County, which involves a new substation and high-voltage transmission line. The chosen route would bisect the Krenzer land, and the family says it would put their 4th-generation family farm out of business. Schumer has taken up the case and says he will push it until he gets an acceptable compromise. The senator said Iberdrola CEO Robert Kump has promised to personally get involved in the issue. A meeting Friday may help decide the future of the Medley Center in Irondequoit. Supervisor Mary Joyce DeRizio said all interested parties are meeting. They were going to discuss how to proceed after developer Scott Conjal missed the deadlines for investing in the project, but Conjal has indicated he would be there too. DeRizio said, among other things, they'll talk about demolishing 3 buildings on the East Ridge Road side of the property. Conjal wanted to turn the near-empty mall into a mixed-use residential and commercial development. Unfortunately, he announced his plans just as the housing bubble burst and the recession began. He's never been able to raise the capital, and nothing has been done for years. Xerox, state environmental engineers, and Monroe County hazmat responders all spent Wednesday afternoon investigating what turned the water in a Webster stream red. Xerox said the discharge appeared to be a water-soluble red dye. The State Department of Environmental Conservation didn't find any observable impact on aquatic life, and they could not measure any toxicity in the stream. Xerox said the dye doesn't match any of the toners or pigments they make at their manufacturing complex in Webster, and they're still trying to figure out what the heck it was. Links to these and other stories are on greasenylive.com and the other CNC News pages. At the bottom of those pages, you'll find links to let you post news and information directly to us. So the next news podcast is as it happens and updates are as necessary. I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.